वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रम् नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदम् गुरुम् मुमुक्षूणाम् हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते. So we have to do verse number 5 today, and we will quickly go through verse number 4. So what we have seen so far is who should study this book. That is the person who is endowed with the sadhana chatushtaya, the fourfold virtues. And the purpose of this book is to give a means to liberation. That is what we saw in the first verse. The purpose of the book and the subject matter. So analysis of the truth was done. That is the subject matter. And then in verse 2, sadhana chatushtayam was being talked about. What is sadhana chatushtayam? The fourfold qualifications, and list of the fourfold qualifications was given. Then we went to know in verse 3 what is viveka. Viveka means discrimination between the permanent and the impermanent. Then in verse 4 we saw what is vairagya or viragaha. So that we will revise quickly, and then we'll go to the next verse, which is verse number 5. Viragaha kaha iha swarga bhogeshu ichharahityam. So the student asks the teacher, what is dispassion? So the teacher said, it is the absence of desire for enjoyment, that is, of the fruits of one's actions in this world and in heaven. So that is what was known as viragaha, or also known as vairagya. Now we are going to the next verse, which is known as the Shakta Sampattihi or the Shat Sampattihi. So I'll read this verse number 5. Shamadhi sadhana sampattihi ka shamodama uparamasthitiksha shraddha samadhanam cha iti. So the student is asking, what is the treasures such as Shamadhi sadhana sampattihi? So Shama. So he included the name Shama. What is Shama? Adi means etc. Sampattihi means the treasure or the qualities. Ka. So he is asking, what is Shama etc. that you talked about before? What is it? So the teacher is giving the answer. Shamodama uparamaha titiksha shraddha samadhanam cha iti. So he is giving the list here. It is etc. means what does it mean? Shamaha, control of the mind. Damaha, control of the senses. Uparamaha, continued control of the senses and the mind. Titiksha, patience. Shraddha, faith. Samadhanam, fixation on the goal. So he has just listed this, for which I have given you the meanings. So that's all. This verse is just that much. I'll repeat this. Shamadhi sadhana sampattihi ka shamodama uparamaha titiksha shraddha samadhanam cha iti. That's all he is saying here. Now we will go to the next verse. Shamaha kaha mano nigraha. So shamaha kaha. So the question is asked, you talked about shamaha. What is this shamaha? That's what he is asking. Shamaha kaha. What is it? Then the teacher is replying, Mano Nigraha. Mano Nigraha means control of the mind. Like that he is replying. So what is the explanation for this we will see. So we also saw in the previous session, I think. So we talked about Antakaranam, the inner instruments. Karanam means instrument. So there are two things that we need to know. Karanam is the instrument and Karta is the doer. As we know, mind is known as the Antakaranam. It is an inner instrument. But mostly what happens is, the mind takes over as a doer. It dictates and it becomes the doer. So the doer becomes the instrument becomes the doer. So that is why we do wrong things. So Shamaha means keeping mind as a Karanam only. Having the ability to dictate to the mind. I want to do this. I want to get up at this time. I want to eat only so much. I want to follow these practices. To dictate to the mind, and the mind should not overpower. This is known as Shamaha. So keeping the mind as an instrument only. We need two things for Shamaha, which is we need purity of mind and we need the mind to be focused. Shamaha means purity of mind and also focus of the mind to make the mind as the Karanam or the instrument. So for example, we have a blackboard. So if you want to write on the blackboard should be clean and it must be fixed on a surface. So we need these two things, which is what? Purity and focus. We need these two things. For example, there is a river, you want to see to the bottom of the river. So what do you need? We need that the water should be very clear. There should not be mud or anything. Then you cannot see the bottom of the river. And also it should be without ripples. So if we have these two things, then the mind will have the shamaha. You will have the control of the mind. So now we'll see how to get the shamaha. So for cultivating shamaha, how do we get the control of the mind? So what was shamaha? Control of the mind. How do we get this control of the mind? To make it as an instrument. So few things are there. First is cultivating the values that will lead to purity. That will give us shamaha. In chapter 13, in shlokas 8 to 12, 20 values have been told by Lord Shri Krishna, starting from Amanitvam Adambitvam. Like that, 13.8 to 13.12. 20 values have been told. And then chapter 16, 1 to 3, 26 values have been told. Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi, like that, he has told 26 values. Total of 46 values have been told by Lord Shri Krishna. So practicing those values will lead to purity of mind. That is number one. Then, what did he say in chapter 6, 35th shloka? Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. When Arjuna said, "Oh Shri Krishna, this mind is so turbulent, I am not able to control it," he said, yes, definitely, the mind of everybody is very turbulent, but how to control it, he said, is by abhyasa, by practice, and vairagya, by detachment. It can be controlled, like that he said. So now, what do we need? Two things we take from the shloka, abhyasa. So focus of the mind, like meditation will help us focus the mind. Doing practices, religious practices, like praying, all that will bring the mind to focus, because our mind is always going out to the external world. Where can I go? What can I enjoy? How much pleasure can I get? Our mind is only going in that direction. So what we need to do, bring it to spiritual practice. So then mind gets focused. So first is abhyasa. Then the second is we have to do vairagya. Vairagya means what? We have to control our senses, which is damaha, which is also what we are going to see. That is called vairagya. Vairagya means what? We have to not give input to the senses. One day, why we are doing fasting? To not give input. And one day, like in Shivaratri, we don't sleep. Why? Because we don't want to give that pleasure to our senses. So when we curtail that, then the mind will become an instrument. No, today I don't want to sleep. Today I don't want to eat. Today I want to sit and think about God for 4 hours. Like that, when we say, the mind will say, okay. Otherwise, if the mind is not trained, it will revolt. It says it's too difficult. No, I'm very tired. Like that, it will start to become the doer. So we want to make the mind to become an instrument. So for this, 3 things we can do is cultivating the good values that Lord Shri Krishna has talked about. Then by practice. Practice of what? By focusing the mind in religious practices. Third thing we can do is Indriya Nigraha. That means not providing the senses with pleasures. That if we do, then that is also known as the Damaha, control of the senses. If we do all that, then our mind will come into control. And because of that, what benefits will we have? We will have peace of mind. Actually, we think that, okay, by giving this input to the senses, our mind will be happy. But mind will not be happy. It will ask for more. So you will not have peace of mind. You will start to think about the next thing you can do to get more pleasure. So once you start to control it though, your mind will start behaving itself and then it will not ask for more. So you will get peace of mind by that process. And when you get peace of mind, your mind will be more involved in these practices. Spiritual practices, only if your mind is at peace, it will be inclined to do. If your mind is very turbulent, you cannot think about God. You cannot meditate. You cannot even sit. You will feel very restless. So 2 advantages will be there is peace of mind and progress in spiritual practices. So that is why we want this quality. And by studying Bhagavad Gita, by studying such scriptural books, by studying these spiritual books, we will develop it stage by stage. It will not come in one day, but at least the thinking will come that, I have to improve. I am not good in this area, so I have to improve. Like that, our thinking will develop, and then gradually we will progress. So that's all for today. I'll repeat these verses twice. Shamadhi sadhana sampattihi ka. Shamadhi sadhana sampattihi ka. Shamodama uparamaha. Shamodama uparamaha. Titiksha shraddha. Titiksha shraddha. Samadhanam cha iti. Samadhanam cha iti. Next verse 5.1. Shamah kah. Shamah kah. Mano nigrah. Mano nigrah.